So I went and saw Nightcrawler in the theater in the fall of 2014, and I recently saw Southpaw, and both those roles, there's such a major commitment, and there's such a storehouse of power in both those characters in very different ways. You could just see how much you would transform yourself and everything, and it got me thinking about work ethic. And if you remember the origins of that message, or if you've always had a strong work ethic, or if you learned that somewhere.
My father is incredibly disciplined, like almost prolific in how he does work. I mean, I remember as a boy, like he would be up at 4:30 in the morning and he would write. Even if it was like writing in his diary or something like that, like he was up, he was constantly sort of always very prepared like that. I think there's part of it in me where I kind of recognize the absurdity of what I'm doing, and the only way that I can move past the absurdity of it is to commit to it in a place where no one can say that it's absurd anymore. I have this strong belief in the unconscious, that it is driving us. It's like this massive river that we're floating on, and we're sort of unaware, obviously, sometimes of where we're going. And I don't think we have much control over it, because that brings in the question of like fate, destiny, and free will. But I believe that there's a way in which you can kind of hop onto, in performance as an actor, like onto another river a little bit. If you work hard enough, you kind of like move your unconscious into a space. But that takes kind of grinding at the world that you know normally and pushing it into a place that is filled with the molecules of all the things you've collected along the way. Meaning, like my preparation for something like Southpaw was 5 months, around boxers all the time, going to every fight that I could, researching the history of what my character had gone through, going to orphanages and talking to people in the system and being there and picking up that energy, like picking it all up and trying to sort of exist in it, and then putting that into, after enough time, like I feel like almost like your molecular structure changes a little bit, and then you put that onto the screen. I think that translates. Like I think that translates even to an audience. And I find joy in that process.